What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Five for Fighting podcast, episode 3. We got a special guest here today, Devin Pittman, and your regular meatheads, Zach and Billard, and myself. And yeah, off we go. Episode 3. Just finished weeks 4 and 5 in the NHL. Some things have happened. Going to turn it over to our local news anchor, Ron Burgundy, Zach Brewer himself, to break down the NHL weeks for us.
Yes, we have the big news we got on the go right now is Pierre-Luc Dubois is out for 3 to 4 months. I know it's a bit of a stinger for Ryan there, since the fact he kept him.
Yeah.
So he's out for, I don't know what the surgery was. I tried to look it up on it, but I didn't get that far into it. And then for the first time, I think in his NHL career, Bedard is leading the league in points as of his game today. He's sitting on 9 goals, 16 assists, and 24 points in 16 games so far. So that's a pretty big achievement on a team that is Chicago Blackhawks. He also making Tyler Bertuzzi look like an all-star.
Yeah.
Who also has 7 goals and 1 assist and 5 power play points in his last 5 games.
Yeah, most of them going off of shin pads, so he's making them look real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Connor Bedard has done most of that in the past 5 games. He's been on absolute fire. Even today, I think, he had 4 points again today.
3 points today?
Ripping.
It was 3 points today.
Going 2
3 or
assists?
4. Yeah.
So that'd be 7 in the last 2.
There you go.
Crazy.
Stride. Yeah.
I see 25 points now on the year.
Yeah, 25 points on the year, 9 goals, 16 assists.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love to have
I
him on
mean,
my
we'll
team.
tap into it a bit later, but I think he's really making that push for some Olympic consideration.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I agree as well. And that's pretty much it for what I got other than New York Rangers. Still can't pull it a win at home. 0-6-1. I've been shut out 5 times at Madison Square Garden so far this year. And then you look at their away record, and they're 7-2-1. So it's a bit of a switch. You got Shesterkin and Quick. They're very good goaltenders. They're playing very well together, but they're just not getting it done at home.
Yeah, and even as bad as they're playing, Shesterkin still has a .909 save percentage on the year. He's playing great hockey. Just the team just can't score goals. JT Miller hasn't done fucking anything since coming to the Rangers, and they're looking not so great. I got Miller and Panarin throughout a couple of leagues, and it's not doing me any good. Picked them high in the drafts.
Yeah, Quick right now with 1.26 goals against. And then right behind him is Logan Thompson. I mean, it's a bit crazy to see who's in these things, like Dan Velarde, Devin Cooley's all in the top 5 for goals against average right now. I mean, they're not playing very many games, but Logan Thompson's looking good again for Washington.
Speaking of Washington, other news in the NHL, Alex Ovechkin hits his 900th goal. And as he scores it, Jordan Binnington fucking puts the puck in his pocket of his pants.
Classic dinner. Classic dinner. I'd expect nothing less, said the guy.
Yeah. Anyone else would be disturbing. You see Binner do it, and you're like, yeah, it checks out.
Yeah, I'd say the puck was near him. He's, what the fuck? We're doing shit. We're getting blown out here.
Yeah.
Why not cause a bit of ruckus?
I'll get a Rolex out of him for it.
Right.
I heard someone come up with a theory where they said they thought he might have, like, he's such a dirtbag that he would have had a spare puck back there and done the old switcheroo. Yeah.
It's like, was he played the whole third period with the puck in his jackstrap?
Which, you know what, if you're willing to do an NHL third period like that, you kind of deserve to get something out of it.
Yeah. Fair.
I was nervous last night picking Monty up.
Yeah, man. I watched that game. He was pretty shaky, and I'll say when Jake Evans saved that puck from crossing over the line, that really saved him. He bounced back. He had a good game, but I don't
did.
know. He's not going to make Team Canada.
No, he ain't.
But
I think
no Monty.
Yeah, exactly. Like I could see them easily swapping Monty for Logan Thompson, who arguably could have had a spot last year, but I think his consistency over the 2 seasons, it's an easy swap there.
I also seen something about that they considered Thompson for Four Nations, but didn't think he'd be a good fit because he'd want to be the start. So I don't know. Apparently he cleared the air there. I read that today, or listened to that on a podcast today. So allegedly his camp reached out and it's like, man, he just wants to be a part of the team and do whatever it takes to win. So he's playing well too. So
he is, and I think I was surprised that he wasn't selected for Four Nations. I think with Hill being out an injury this year, right now, I think that's also putting him not in a spot, because I was looking today, and right now the 3 goaltenders is looking like Binnington, Thompson, and Blackwood.
Yeah, I want to see some more out of Blackwood before I'd give him a spot.
Man, Canada's goaltending is pretty weak right
shaky.
now. Lowest it's ever been, I'd say.
Well, when you got Hellebuck, Ottinger, and then Swayman as your counterparts in U.S.,
right?
It's tough.
I'll say this: Ottinger hasn't looked so great this year. His numbers aren't there yet.
I believe he's fighting an injury as well. So
yeah, mental from Pete DeBoer throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's when you look at teams that aren't, look at Russia, for example. They're not allowed to play, but you look at their goaltender, no one would stand a chance. Bobrovsky, Shesterkin, who's the third one?
Sorokin, who's playing really bad lately.
Vasilevsky.
He's really turned it around the past couple of games.
Oh yeah.
He's turned it around, and Florida is flopping bad.
Man, they're fighting some bad injuries down there, I guess.
Big time.
Yeah, hard when your 2 best forwards are out.
Bobrovsky hasn't looked good like he has been. And then you also look at Bennett. I dropped him.
I noticed that.
I think Devin grabbed him,
and I grabbed him.
I seen him there.
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything because I knew Jordan would hop on him, but I didn't. He wasn't cutting it, and I need people to drop. And he fit the mold, and now he'll take off like a bat out of hell. But
can't wait.
As soon as Barkov and Tkachuk come back, they're gonna start ripping again.
Well, Chucky specifically, like he's the big heartbeat, and he's a big role in that dressing room. It's tough without Barkey too. Like, take his play aside, where he's so good two-way, but he's their leader for a reason as well. So you take both their presence out of that locker room. Yeah, they might be a cup champ, but it's a big hit. You're also seeing the Oilers and the Panthers suffering from back-to-back years of deep runs. They always talk about the cup final hangover. I think you're seeing a bit of that with both of them right now. So I give them a little leeway to both sides of let them get settled. But I think the Oilers, more than the Panthers, need to figure it out quick.
Yeah, so speaking of the Oilers, what about that spanking there, Zach? How about we dive into some conversation about the Oilers here? Big game last night. How about you tell the folks at home what the score was after?
It was 9-1. Yeah.
For who?
For Colorado. Colorado, Mac Daddy and Makar. Don't roll your eyes over there, Devin.
For those who don't know, a diehard Avalanche fan over here.
There you go.
It didn't look good. Skinner does what Skinner does. Few games here and there, you can pull it a win. Then shits the bed most of the other ones. You look at Pickard, who I thought might have been a little bit of a saving grace, let in just as many goals. Skinner let in 4, Pickard let in 5. And here we are. You looked at the photo last night. McDavid and Draisaitl sitting on the bench once again, looking defeated for the 5th straight year. Hopefully, we can go on a run here and make some strides. Knobloch made a comment last night that he doesn't think it's still the goaltending.
It's definitely a big part of it. I would argue they're probably one of the worst tandems in the league right now. Maybe bottom 5, 3, maybe.
He said a lot of it was turnovers, and don't get me wrong, turnovers have been a massive factor. No one stood a chance yesterday when Mac Daddy came out of the penalty box, and he got the puck and he stopped the game and put it over his shoulder, and that was the end of that. But I do think you'll see Ingram get called up, maybe this week or next, just to see how he makes out. I think they need a break.
How's he been playing in the minors?
Not very well. He's a below 900 goals save percentage. His goals against is almost 3, but so is Skinner and so is Pickard.
We were talking about that on a previous episode. You were kind of excited about the Ingram thing, but
I still am.
Pan out.
I still am. He did well enough in Arizona. He had a good start there with Utah when they first made the move. But we'll see. I'm curious to see what we can do. We need a goaltender. That's we talk about it every week. What we want to target, and mine is goaltending.
Who would you target? Do you have someone in mind that you're creating?
Binnington.
Really?
Binnington. He was a topic last year towards deadline. I have no problem with him. I swore at him all First Nations, took it all back in the gold medal game. And then another one too, with the cap going up, I wouldn't mind them pursuing Swayman.
Interesting.
How do you afford Swayman? He comes with a heavy cap hit with a team that's pretty
$17.5 million free cap next year.
Next year, we're talking about. Do you want to?
Yeah, how do you fit him in now?
This year.
Yeah.
With the cap going up, I don't think they'll have a as hard of time this year getting rid of Nurse's contract that they want to.
Interesting. So that's who you would want to. You'd see Nurse going out and fitting in Swayman somehow.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Bouchard be gone at this point.
Just fucking get rid of the whole fucking back end.
No, Bouchard's not a defenseman.
Let's keep Connor. Let's keep Leon and just blow up everything else.
He's a forward, and we don't need any more fucking scoring. We need more. We do need more scoring out of our lineup that we have right now. But I think it was not last game, the game before, for the first time since they've played together. Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, and Draisaitl all never registered a shot on goal 2 games ago. Can't have that. Can't when your top guys aren't performing. Don't get me wrong. Your bottom six needs to perform, and they have
be
been.
A great guy for Montreal, would he not? Nice little. That would be a bit of cap space for the Edmonton Oilers. Send the 2C right to Montreal, and he'd fit in perfectly. I think he'd play Marty's game great, and you'd get your 7-8 mil a year opened up.
No, Montreal's target should be Kadri.
There's a few there. I see today Eriksson Ek is another guy that maybe, not that he's available. I don't see Minnesota wanting to part with him, but he'd be a perfect fit in Montreal.
He's playing really well this year too.
I heard a story about Eki where I think it was Guerin's first year as a GM, and they had Weber, or they had someone at the point just ripping bombs, and Eki blocked 3 of them in a row in practice, and he's like, "You got a spot with me for life." So he's well liked within his club, but I mean, fair point though, because the Wild don't look they're in such a tough division, and if they're not hot, they could be sellers.
The
And he
argument
would
about
be.
him was he's in such a good contract, and now with what they have going on in Minnesota, they need to savor those really good contracts as best they can. So,
Well, I'm talking about Minnesota brings us into our, I don't know if you want to start our plus and minus.
Why not? Let's do everybody's favorite game show. Plus or minus, brought to you by Benchminer Cards. Visit benchminercards.com. Get 10% off. Use 5 for fighting. All right, everyone's favorite game. Let's bring up some questions. Plus or minus, positive or negative. Everyone give your answers. All right, speaking of the Wild, Zach's favorite question is Kaprizov playing at a $17 million level, plus or minus?
Minus all day. I said it from the beginning. I'll say it till the end. He's not worth $17 million.
I'm gonna throw a plus to him. He might not, he's in a really, really big contract for the NHL and what the NHL's used to, but he's playing unreal. He's making everyone around him better. So they see value in that. So I'll give him a plus.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a plus too. The contracts are going that way regardless. McDavid signed that team-friendly contract, but you're going to see these things going that way over the next few years. So you might look back by the end of his term, say, "Hey, that was a deal," right? Look at Nylander right now. When he signed his contract, everyone was like, "What are we doing?" The contracts are going to go that way eventually. So amazing player. I give him a plus. How about you, Dev?
It's interesting to me because you look at a lot of say like Jackson Lacombe, who signed this past year, what was it, 8x7 or 7x8, one of those. You're always looking to it like, okay, the first couple of years is going to be bad, but he'll grow into it and he'll be great down the road. Like Kaprizov's not growing into this. Is he worth it like today? He's in his prime. I give him a small minus. I think he's well worth, they needed to, but I don't know. When Draisaitl's making 14, he's still not outplaying him. So I give him a small minus.
Suzuki's making 7.8.
McKinnon. You look at McKinnon.
Yeah, that's the best
12.6.
contract in the NHL easily.
12.6 million. Like it's crazy to me that a guy can go into his negotiations and say, "I want more than McDavid, Draisaitl, and McKinnon." And that I'm worth it. But you haven't shown anything that you're worth it.
Okay, on to the next question. You guys, Billard and Zach, I like this one. Plus or minus, is Austin Matthews the most overrated player in the NHL?
Go ahead, Billard.
I'm going to minus. He's not the most overrated player. He's inflated in our group chat, definitely. But he's not the most overrated player in the NHL. I can think of a few more that are way worse than him. He's a good player. He's just having a couple bum years by your standards.
I think he's the most overrated goal scorer. I don't think he will produce what he produced again in his career. As a player, no, he's definitely not the most overrated. So I'll give him the plus on that he's not the most overrated. Most overrated goal scorer, yes. You look at who's scoring goals right now, I think Caulfield will be a better goal scorer down the road than he will be.
The thing you can't take away from Matthews is he plays 200 feet of hockey.
Exactly.
And, he's not always putting the puck in the net, but he's always on the puck. So,
one thing I noticed about his game, but I noticed it's been missing these past 2 seasons, this year and last year, is that he is so strong on the puck. He's very strong on the puck. When he got the puck on his stick, he's against the boards. Like I don't even know who to compare him to. But yeah, he's amazingly strong on the puck.
Like Yager.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that a lot in the past 2 seasons, and it's like, he's a shell of himself for the first couple of years we had of him. And, is this what we're getting for Austin Matthews for the rest of it? Did he hit his peak early and that's that? Or he's just having a couple of bum years, like Billard said? I definitely don't think he's the most overrated. Yeah.
So do you think he fills his full contract value right now?
At the rate he's playing right now, no. But if he picks his stuff back up to where he can be and he produces something in the playoffs, for sure. But that's to be seen. Yeah, but I'm not happy with him lately. Dev, what do you think?
I find it hard to call someone overrated when they've got, what do I got here? He's got 6 40-goal seasons in his career already. And like several of them were in the COVID years or the shortened seasons where one was like 40 goals in 50 something games. And he's hit 60 twice, including the, like when I watched that game when he almost hit 70. And in the third period, he was buzzing, hit a crossbar. I find it hard to call him overrated. Now, is he struggling to hit his potential? Yes, but no, I'm not worried at all about him fulfilling that contract. I think he's unreal. I'd say without a doubt, he'll probably, like, for me, I'm kind of with Zach. I don't know if he'll ever hit 69, but him settling into consistently in the 50 goals, I feel pretty confident with. So I'm not sure
I
if
hope
that's a
not, 'cause
plus or a
that's my
minus,
bet.
but yeah, I'm definitely on his side.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, off to his hottest start of his NHL career. Kiefer Sherwood, I think, has 9 goals to start the season. Do you plus or minus? Do you think he gets 30 this year?
I'll go plus. I'll give it to old Kiefer. He'll go 30 goals, no assists. What was it? Minus 50 with 350 hits. Was that
Yeah.
what the stat that was getting thrown around? His projection? Yeah.
I mean,
I'll give it to him.
that's like Chris Kreider though. What was it? I think Chris Kreider, like a couple of years, like was it when he had his 50 goals season? He had like, I don't know, less than a handful of assists or something like that. He's not a, and right now he has 9 goals and I think it was 9 goals. I think I had him written down, something like that. 9 goals so far and 1 assist. But
the
I'll
opposite
give
of Matt Barzal.
Yeah, where Barzal just keeps passing the puck and never wants to shoot it.
Fantasy kryptonite, Matt Barzal. I can't stand.
Devin's gonna have him here shortly.
Yeah,
I'm dropping him tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I'll give him the plus on that. I like to see the man hit 30. I think everyone would like to see him hit 30 because no one thought, a guy that's gonna throw 450 hits a year is gonna score 30 goals.
Yeah, and I want to go plus as well, partly for all those reasons. Partly too because I owe it to him because I talked shit about him getting taken in our draft early.
You did.
Trev took
You
him.
did.
And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I never said he was going to be a bust or anything, but I was like, that's way too early. There's no way he keeps up with last year's pace. That was a career year. And Kiefer Sherwood is shoving it down my throat right now. He
Yeah.
looks unreal, and I'm happy for him. So I owe it to him. Not to mention the Canucks need something to cheer about right now. So let's give them that because they look horrendous
Bad.
without. Yeah, Hughes is out. Down the middle, they've got no one. Hedl was supposed to help fill that gap. He's out. Like they're in a tough situation. So kudos to Sherwood for being the heartbeat of that team.
I think you see Pettersson leave this year. I think he gets traded.
He gets deported to Russia at the rate he's going.
I'm gonna go plus as well. I want to see him get the 30 goals. I love this style of play. Just a friggin' wrecking ball on the ice. He's an absolute unit, so I'd love to see him score some goals. All right, you guys will like this one as well, and I probably already know your answers, but plus or minus, do the Maple Leafs finish at the top of their division?
Minus.
The
division is just too. You're looking at it right now. It's just too good. Minus all the way.
Minus.
Obviously.
Rhetorical.
No, I think with the Cats and all their injuries going down, I think the boys, once they get past this brutal start to the season that they're having, nobody's besides, John Tavares and William Nylander. Once they get their shit figured out, they're going to start ripping. I think they're going to finish strong this year. As long as Austin Matthews shows up and starts taking over games again, we'll be all right.
Right now, they're sitting 5th in the division in the Atlantic.
What are they in the league right now? Like they're
Toronto
bottom
right
half
now
for
in
sure.
the league is 18th.
17th. Yeah, 18th.
18th in the
I
league.
think they're below 500.
They're
Might be
tied
a
right
bit
now.
higher.
They're tied with Ottawa
Is this the
and
Twilight Zone?
San Jose.
And
All
San
right,
Jose is really piecing it together this year.
Yeah.
They're going to be sweet.
We'll get into that after. Yeah. Another question with the plus minus. We were talking about it. Should Evan Bouchard just become a forward, plus or minus?
Plus. Fucking
no hesitation.
all the way. There isn't. He's not a defenseman. He's an offensive player. He wants to be in the rush, and that's where. And I'm just tired. He's like I said. At this point. I trade Bouchard over Nurse because we need defensemen. We don't need goal scorers.
Yeah, but Nurse gets me a bunch of blocks and hits. I'm going to take the plus on that too. He should definitely be a forward. I've been saying that forever. Yeah, he's a turnover fucking machine. Yeah,
put
forward
him
guy.
put him on the fucking wing with McDavid or Draisaitl.
Yeah,
and he'll have 30-40 goals.
Yeah, number one power play. Give it to her, buddy. Go to town. Do your thing.
Like
I love watching them get whacked.
Oh man. Like I was deeply saddened when he took over 10 million. I was shocked because I don't think he's not worth it right now. We don't need what he's giving, and his like you said, his giveaways are just through the roof.
Dev, what do you think?
So tough. Like he's two different people. You look at him regular season, and you get these kind of things consistently come up, and then you put him in playoffs, and he's one of the most prolific scoring defensemen in playoff history. So, I'm going minus. I know it's an easy concept, but no, not at all. He should not bump up, but they need to figure out something to, like, you almost need to bring in like a Bergeron type guy where you have a forward who's always looking to cover. Like you seen in I was watching the Pittsburgh-Toronto game the other day, the one the Leafs came back, one of the few high notes. You see Erik Karlsson, he's down in the offensive zone, he's gone, but they must have it in their system that the forward knows to drop back. I just don't see that coverage with Edmonton. I don't see why. They've got Nuge, they've got Henry. Those guys are veterans, they've been around the game, but yeah, it's like every time he pinches, it's the wrong pick, and no one's got coverage for him either, and it's really blown up on him.
How about yourself, Billard?
Yeah, I'll go minus as well for similar reasons to Dev, but he strikes me as you mentioned Bergeron. I'll use another reference to Marc-Andre Bergeron, who, the power play specialist. He got a few minutes a game where he just ripped one-timers, and he carried he was the quarterback on the Habs power play for a couple of years. He didn't see much 5-on-5, no penalty kill, but when the power play started, he went out and, he was an offensive threat. I feel that's how Bouchard should be treated. You put him in his own zone, and he makes mistakes that he's going to make, and he's expected to make at this point, and people are expecting more out of him. You put him in the offensive zone with the puck and the space, and Connor McDavid to feed it too, and he's a great threat. But yeah, it's a different league now. The Cale Makars of the league, the Quinn Hughes of the league really changed what a defenseman is expected to do, and it's hard to do both from a guy who's never played. So, but yeah, no, I'll go minus. He's a defenseman. He got his place.
All right. Well, sticking with your Habs, and I know you like this question. Plus or minus, will Nick Suzuki be on Team Canada for the Olympics?
And plus, he has to be. He absolutely has to be. Like, if not, there's vendettas.
Rigged.
I'm not going to say rigged, but maybe vendettas might be a good word. Someone don't like him somewhere. He's, the best scorer in the league next to Pasternak since the Four Nations. He's unreal 5-on-5. He can play the penalty kill. He's lethal on the power play. He brings it all. I mean, he's not McKinnon or McDavid, so it's hard to put him in the top 6 as a center position, but there's no way he don't make that team.
That's kind of why I like him. is because he's one of the few superstars that I feel comfortable with popping him into a 3 or 4C role and
Absolutely.
being able to play shutdown. Like I watched him the other night. They were playing Nashville. Him blocking shots, full dive. Like he's way better than I think everyone gave him credit to. And like you think back to what Vegas acquired for him, I think that was the Pacioretty trade.
It was.
Like look at that now, because Pat just fell right off. Sorry to him, he's had some friggin' struggles that you don't wish on anyone. But to give up Suzuki and whatever else they gave up for him,
Thomas
and he didn't
Tatar.
pan out.
And Tatar was a big role in that playoff run. So just Tatar alone for Pacioretty was like a good win in a trade. They went on a Stanley Cup Finals run, and he was a big factor in it. But to get your captain and one of the best players in the league, it's yeah, he's a beauty.
I'll give him a plus. I want to see him on there right now. He's projected fourth line C with Bennett and Reinhardt on the end, but on his wing. But at the same time, who do you take away from that? Because you look at who else can play C. You got Celebrini, who's in there. Seth Jarvis. He plays in the wing in Carolina, but can also fill into a C role if need be. So I mean, you got to look at who you're giving up. I can picture a few others to give up and to give Suzuki the spot, but now I'll give it. I like to see him on there because, like you said, he's good at shutting down. He's good at other things, but he's also good at scoring. So having him on your third line, doing what he does, is going to win you a gold medal.
I'm gonna go to plus as well. I'd like to see him on there, and I know you mentioned Celebrini, but I'm far more comfortable with Suzuki in that role than I am with Celebrini in that role as a young man. Playing great hockey, but just you don't know how he's going to pull out in those big moments. You're going to want a guy like Suzuki who can play the fourth line, and I feel like when Celebrini does get his shot with Team Canada, he's a first, second line guy, and he'll take Crosby's place inevitably eventually, kind of thing, right? So he's not going to be your fourth line guy. You don't want to put him in that type of role. Let him develop a bit better. Next time around, he's going to be running the team. And that's why I'm more comfortable with taking Bedard this time around, because you flick a Bedard on Crosby's wing or McKinnon's wing, something like that, man, that guy's a fucking weapon with his shot. And you're almost, with wingers, you got more of a play than you do with a centerman.
Anyone watch the Detroit game today?
I didn't watch it, but I was checking the highlights. I seen some of the shots. Yeah, I had quite the snipe.
His shot on him is like I've never seen it. And I said, it's finally, and it's good because he needed to fill the shoes of what he was projected to do, because he didn't do that last year.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Devin was at the Team Canada juniors that Bedard and the boys won.
I had because it was here in Halifax, and I had tickets to it, but I was also quite tight on money. So I used that as a business venture and sold off my tickets at a very significant profit.
Nice.
I think I was up in the nosebleeds, and my finals game that they won, I sold for $900. Sick.
Yeah. Jesus.
Okay. Well, I thought you were at the game and sold others, but anyways, during that tournament, he completely took everything over.
It was him,
and every level of hockey that he's played at, he's completely taken over the game. And he wasn't given the greatest team, but that happens when you're in a rebuild mode. Guys are starting to get used to him, and he's starting to get more used to the league. And he's really hitting his stride. And that kid, man, I watched him live last week. He came and played the Oilers. He's fucking unreal. He's quite good. Didn't look out of place anywhere. Controlled many plays. I think he's going to be something special, and I don't think people gave him enough credit. Or they gave him a lot of credit out of the gate, but in his sophomore year, they took it away from him. So he's quite a special kid. He's going to be something else.
I still think he's a generational talent.
I do too, 100%, no doubt.
I do think he'll do well. He'll excel to whatever everyone expects of him now. But like you said, when you get drafted to Chicago, that's a tough pill to swallow, right? Like, you don't have anyone on your wing. You don't have anyone to, and I mean, Bedard isn't really like, his face-offs are way down. Like, he needs to be better on that. but I think he's playing right now with Bertuzzi and who else is on the wing for him? Is it
Burkowski was there
I think it's
last I
Berkey,
checked.
Berkey, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, he's making Bertuzzi look like a goddamn all-star in the last 5 games. 7 goals, 1 assist. Like, who would have thought Bertuzzi would have a production like that?
That little spinorama pick off there in the mid zone, that was wild. That was
that
great to
was-
play. That was
I think it's
sick.
Calgary.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Against
That
Calgary.
was gross.
He made Wolf look like a fool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kid's wild.
Well-
I'd be kind of, like I said earlier, I'd pick him over Celebrini right now going into the Olympics, and I'd love to see him there. I'll be shocked if he's not on the team, especially the rate that he's playing right now over the past 2 weeks. He is fucking on fire. He is controlling games. He is taking over NHL games, and he's living up to his name at this point. And yeah, I don't see him slowing down anytime soon.
Bare minimum, and I'm with you on that. Like, he's running, and like Celebrini looks amazing right now too.
Oh yeah,
I
no
wanna-
slight to Celebrini.
Yeah, I want to see both of them at the minimum in the similar kind of role to Jake. Was it Sanderson or Harley last year? Whoever it was when McCarr went down, they brought
Harley.
him in. I want the two boys kind of at least hovering around the team, getting the exposure, being with it. And
That's a
because they're
great
young
point.
guys, right? Someone goes down, you're not necessarily going to fill it, but you got 2 young guys chomping at the bit. They're going to come in, injection of energy, and I think it's going to be a good kind of vibe boost for them. So
You
I
look
like
at
that
very
Harley.
bare
least-
minimum there.
You look at
So
Harley.
it's-
He came in. He came in. He filled the role for McCarr, and he pretty much guaranteed his spot in the Olympics.
Great. That's from him in the Four Nations. That's why I picked him up this year. I just seen how I never even really knew who he was until I seen him in
He's
the Four
fucking
Nations.
me though.
And yeah, he's phenomenal. Fantastic.
He's
Yeah.
taking all of Hiskinen's shit.
100%.
Yeah. Well, again, another guy who I criticized while we did
You
the
did?
draft. I was like, Ryan, I think you took him too early. Heiskanen's coming back. He's, it's going to be that kind of split. And Harley was like, fuck you. I'm running this show. And he is.
But Heiskanen, the last 3 games, has done really well, which is good because I was this close to dropping his ass.
I
Yeah.
said, man, there's a new era of NHL defensemen, and they are elite, and there's a few of them now, and get out of their way. They move the puck fast, and a few of them, the aggressive ones, they can hit, and it's nice to see. I mean, you got Cale Makar now. How many points do you got? What's he, like 20 points? or
Cale
something
Makar,
now?
he's in my right up here. He has he's leading all defensemen 20 points. And then Lane Hudson's right behind him with 13. So I mean, he has a 7-point gap on the second place defenseman.
How many goals does he have? I should know it being the Avs fan.
Yeah.
6? 5? Something like that. That's what he does. I mean, he popped in 30 last year. That's another thing that separates him. He scores unlike any other defenseman.
When they won the cup, I don't know if it was Landeskog or who, but anyways, they asked him like, how do you win the Stanley Cup in the NHL, blah, blah. And he said, well, it really helps to have a kid like Cale Makar on your team.
That was Landy.
Cale Makar leads all defensemen in goals with 6.
There we go.
6
I
goals,
do want
14
to
apples.
segue in because you brought up Landeskog. I have a note on here. So obviously, if anyone's not aware of his knee injury, the whole rehab process, the past few years must have been a nightmare for him. He's even got a whole special out on everything he grinded to. I really want to watch that yet.
It's
So
really good.
last year he comes back. He scored in his conditioning stint, and then he pops back into the playoffs and he scored a goal, but he hasn't actually had his first regular season goal. I bring that up because last night, goal number 3, Landeskog scores. They rule it out for offside. Flashback to earlier in the season, he scored against Utah. Horrible offside call, had nothing to do with the play. Guy jimmy him with the bench or something, and offside goal. So he has 0 goals this season, but he has 2 disallowed for offside. So I am pleading to the league for everything that man has gone through. Fucking
goal.
let him score. Give him a goal.
Give him a fucking goal.
Oh, yeah. Especially
be the
when
new-
Well, we're about to win 9-1. What did that offside goal matter anyway?
Okay, chill the fuck out. Chill out. God damn, it's just keep jabbing it in me, would you? No, I mean, at this rate, like you said, 2 disallowed goals already. We're 14, 15 games into the season for them. It's the same thing as Hyman last year. He had like what 12, 15 goals disallowed. No, the year before when he scored 50, he could have been up there with Matthews, but he had 15 or something like that goals disallowed.
Yeah, I remember that. He had a wild amount of disallowed goals. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I think on to our 3 stars of the week.
Who do you got, Zach? Let's hear him. This will be what's this covering the past 2 weeks? So we do these episodes bi-weekly. So this will be for week 4 and 5, your 3 stars, past 2 weeks.
So I think everyone has him on their list this week for the last 2 weeks. Leo Carlson of Anaheim Ducks. The kid is just on a roll. Face-off machine, putting up points like there's no tomorrow. 8 goals, 15 apples, 23 points in 14 games. I mean, the Ducks are sitting 4th overall in the league right now, 1st in their division. When they came, 2nd to dead last year behind San Jose. They didn't have a chance in hell of doing what they're doing now. But everyone, you move Zegras, and here we are, moving forward. Maybe he was the problem. I don't know. But the boys and the Ducks are buzzing right now. My second star is Malkin. He's producing at a younger Malkin rate. 3 goals, 18 assists for 21 points in 17 games so far. For someone that everyone said was going to be a write-off, he's really producing. He has more points right now than Crosby.
And him and Crosby are just out there having fun now.
And that's
they're
the
just
thing,
having
like,
a laugh. No pressure.
and
Go play hockey.
there isn't pressure.
Yeah.
Like they're shooting for the playoffs, because I do have a feeling you will see Malkin retire at the end of the season. I don't think he plays next year. I think this is it. So he's going out with a bang. So I'm hoping he can keep up the pace. I drafted him in 2 leagues. Considered dropping him because he's only like 25 or 30% rostered at the time. Now he's up of almost 70. But he's producing like crazy. And my third star is Mr. Terrible Terry, Troy Terry of the Anaheim Ducks. He's also hit his stride this year. He had a couple, I shouldn't say bad seasons. He was averaging over 50 points a season there for a while there after his 40 or 37 goal season. He hasn't hit that since, but he's on the way with 5 goals, 13 assists, and 18 points in 14 games. And I think that's just going on with the Ducks of what they're doing. Like I said, I think everyone cut the Ducks out. No one was developing the way they should be. I seen this morning, Zellweger was picked up by almost every person in all 4 of my leagues. He was picked up this morning because he's producing on the back end. So no, I got Carlson, Malkin, and Troy Terry as my 3 stars over the last 2 weeks.
Billard, who you got for?
Yeah, so I guess my first star is going to be Bedsy for sure. Guys, been tearing up all week or all year. Past 2 weeks, he got 6 goals, 9 assists. Second one's going to be Celebrini, again, tearing it up past 2 weeks, 5 goals, 7 assists. And third is going to be off the board a bit. I'm going to give it to Cutter Gauthier with 6 goals and 5 assists past 2 weeks. He, he refused to play in Philly. They moved him to Anaheim, and he's been, like Zach just said, that whole Anaheim team has been on fire lately with Coach Q at the helm. And I'll give the third star to Cutter Gauthier past 2 weeks. Boys are playing great.
And Devin, who you got for your 3 stars of the weeks?
Well, it's interesting you bring up the Anaheim, because one of my guys is the counterpart of that Gauthier, being Zegras, who went out to Philly. playing back with his boy Jamie Drysdale. He's got 4 goals, 12 assists. I watched him in that Montreal game where Philly went up and then Montreal came back, took the lead, and then it went to OT, and that was a good one. And man, like watching Zegras on the power play, he looks like his old self, and it's good to see. It, he took a shit sandwich and he kind of swallowed it whole and moved on from it. So kudos to him. I got Wyatt Johnson, 9 goals, 10 assists. He came out the gate great. Last year had that sophomore slump and looks like he's found his game again alongside Miko. He's looking good. And then one more, and this one hurts me because I chose Adam Fantilli as a keeper in our pool over him. But your boy Marchie Billard, 10 goals, 6 assists in 14 games played. And not to mention, he took a bit of a leave of absence to come home and do something good to show support for his buddies. So,
that was a class move.
Give the nod to Marchie, the local Halifax boy, for one, he's tearing it up, and the Panthers are struggling. So to see him being over a point per game, 10 goals in 14 games, good for him.
All it took for everyone to cheer for Marchie wasn't for to leave the Bruins. Everyone loves him all of a sudden.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm same as Billard for my first star. I got Connor Bedard. Like we said earlier, absolutely ripping right now, just tearing it up. Then I got Nathan McKinnon. Had a little bit of a slow start, but he's flying the past 2 weeks as well. And my last one, my boy from Toronto, William Nylander, playing the best hockey of his career so far, carrying the Leafs. Him and John Tavares. Where the fuck is Austin Matthews? Yeah, they're my 3.
I've said it from the time he lost. They took the C from him. Tavares has played the best hockey he's played since they took that C off him.
So good. I won my Champs League pool last year because of John Tavares. I traded him for Shesterkin, and everyone gave me shit. I was like, no, Shesty's having a rough year, and Tavares just fucking took off, man.
And that's the same thing. Like it's like they swapped. Matthews took the C, fucking shit. Not producing at the level that he should be. I mean, Tavares, the way he's producing now, is producing at $11 million a year player, not a $4 million or whatever was it, $4.5 million he signed.
You want to talk about McDavid having an amazing hometown discount? John Tavares has the best discount in the NHL this season by a long shot. Like
at his current, yes,
yeah,
correct. Now he's making up for it because he was the most overpaid Leaf for
sure.
I feel bad for Tavares too, because the NHL cap was supposed to keep going up, and then everything happened in the world and it hit that flat cap where his 11 million should have been with an inflated cap, and the percentage would have worked out better and it wouldn't have been as bad. But timing of it, amazing for him, because if it was a year or two later, he probably signs for like 7-8 million. But just the nature of the timing of it, and he lucked into it with making bank. But he always played well, but this regression to a more team-friendly deal and him putting up those points. Plus, he's on my fantasy roster, so I'm all for it.
And he's a face-off machine.
Thank you.
And yeah, even in the loss to the Bruins last night, he had a beautiful snipe. He's ripping.
I wanna hop back to the Ducks for just a moment. I had something wanted me to look this up. I don't know what it was, but something just told me to look it up. I looked at the plus minus for the league so far this year. Who do you think is the top of the league in plus minus right now?
Enlighten
Just
us.
take a guess.
Trouba.
Jacob Trouba is plus 16 right now in the league. Under him is Lehkonen and Makar, both at plus 14.
Say his
Jacob
name.
And that's, like I said, it just goes to show what the Ducks are doing this year, where Trouba leads the league in plus minus. He has 4 goals and 6 assists in 17 games, which, what do you have last year? I think like 12 points all year.
Yeah, he was shunned out in New York, man.
And he's shunned at every place he's been. And I think he found a fit. He's, he can go there. He can, demolish people all he wants, and no one gives a shit out in California, and move on with your life. But the fact that he's carrying a plus minus of plus 16 right now is crazy to me.
Maybe the Rangers were the problem in Not Trouba, after all.
It's looking like it at this point. And then the old argument for who was the issue between Elias Pettersson and JT Miller in Vancouver. Yeah.
Neither are doing very well in their
No, neither are
respective
doing great,
cities,
but
Both of them at this point.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I think Pedersen's time in Vancouver's up. I think Vancouver needs to sell him before his value is nothing, and
Well, there.
start a rebuild. Because if not,
in
I
a
think you'll
perfect
see-
world, I think he'd be a good fit in Montreal, but in another, is it worth the risk to take the
or is it
contract?
another Patrick Laine?
He'd be better. I was just going to say he'd be a
Wow.
good replacement for Patrick Laine.
Trade one for
Would he-
one.
would he, though?
I'd do that.
I don't know. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't understand where his production went. But if you don't see a massive change in the Canucks, you're also going to lose your captain, Quinn Hughes. He wants to play with his brothers at some
He
point,
does, yeah.
and I don't see his brothers wanting to play in Vancouver.
There's
Yes,
a
sir.
good chance that Quinn Hughes might end up in New Jersey eventually.
I got to feel if Dougie Hamilton's contract comes up, they take a swing at him if they don't re-sign Hamilton.
I
With the
think the
cap-
opposite. I think you try and swing him over.
For
Get him,
Hamilton,
and then-
yeah.
At least the Canucks, right? They go, look, we're going to lose him. Let's see if we can get something back.
No
Trade,
doubt
sign
there's a
and
bit
trade.
of tampering going on.
Mm.
The boys are obviously talking, and they're. They said on record that they want to play. All three of them want to play together in the NHL. So to think that they're not planning something, it might not happen this contract, but it would be the perfect time.
Can you imagine the New Jersey Devils with Quinn Hughes on the back end? Well, because right now you're looking at like Markstrom and Jake Allen. They're both playing very well. Markstrom's had a couple hiccups here and there, but coming back from injury, he hasn't looked bad. Allen had held down the fort. I don't know where that came from because he didn't produce like that in Montreal.
Man, he did though. He's
Yeah,
a
here
good
and
backup goaltender, and when Carey Price needed him to step up, he always did. He's a revered as probably the best backup goaltender in the league.
Revered as the best backup goaltender in the league.
Was it
Quite the
Jack said
title.
or BJ said Habs Glazer? My Twitter handle. Man, he's not a Hab anymore, but I still love him.
Yeah. I mean, he played that role perfectly in St. Louis too. So, it's good to see him perform in New Jersey the way he has, because, he picked up the slack when Markey went out, and yeah, he's not going to dominate as a starter, but as a good 1B. I look at him same way the Avs got Wedgwood right now. Like, Scotty's not going to be your starter, but Blackwood's been out, and I mean, look at Wedgwood last night. I know, obviously, we cleaned up, but there was a couple plays late in the game. I think it was Henry coming in on a breakaway, and Wedgwood with this big sprawling save, and like, I've been surprised by him. Very impressed. So I look at Allen in that same light. You're not hoping to rely on him, but if you do, you're not sweating it either.
I was hoping the Oilers would take a run at Allen.
You hope the Oilers take a run at every goalie.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wouldn't even keep Skinner as my backup. I wouldn't. I'd send his ass down, have him, because I guarantee you, I shouldn't say that. Someone might pick him up if the Oilers put him on waivers. The Leafs might. Leafs might take a track at him.
Stuart Skinner's frustrating because, man, he had moments of brilliance where he was a solid goaltender. He
That's
brought
the
you guys to
thing.
2 Stanley Cup finals, man. And it just, yeah, I couldn't get the job done there, but he's only a young goalie, man. And it's unfortunate that he's not holding the fort down as you're expecting him to, but he's a great goalie. It's just, I don't know. It's a bad spot.
He can win you the games, but he's also a good reason why we are losing majority of our games.
100%. I agree.
Like you said, he brought us to 2 finals. Hopefully he can bring us to more. I just, at this current point in time, I have a hard time with it. And maybe it's just because I understand what it's like to be a Leafs fan now. With
Suckers for punishment, baby.
with the disappointment over and over and over again. But I mean, at the end of the
You're
year,
only
I get this.
sniffing the surface, my son. You have no idea what it's like.
At least we've been to the finals.
This pain lives for generations, man. It's terrible. You have no idea.
At least we've been to the finals.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So there you go. My grandmother was 20 years old the last time the Leafs won the cup. She was at the parade.
Jesus Christ. That's depressing. Holy fuck.
And Nan's been passed away for like 7-8 years, so
100%.
Jesus.
Oh, man, I love her.
God. Yeah, man, you guys, you taking a beating.
Just look at all of our most recent playoff performances since, say, 2007, 2010. The Reimer.
What's your favorite to remember?
Oh, fuck.
My
worst. Favorite?
Yeah, your favorite
gotta be
of the
original. The favorite of the worst is the original Bruins one with Reimer.
The 2013?
I think it was. I think so.
2013.
They were up 4-1 going into
one.
the third period, and then Boston came back and won 5-4 in overtime in Game 7. Yeah, and that one stung so fucking bad. And honestly, a close second was the Columbus in the COVID Cup, where they did the buy-in round or whatever the hell it was when they lost to them, that one. And when you were speaking of him earlier, Pierre-Luc Dubois, I've fucking hated him ever since, because he played the hockey of his career in that fucking series against the Leafs, and he's never done anything like it since.
Him and Elvis Merzlikins.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
That was his emergent year, and he came out of nowhere, and he played well through the season.
Unreal in that,
and then unreal come playoffs. Yeah.
No, it's crazy to see that. But what was it? I think I was reading back when the Leafs won the cup. Like, I don't think they've ever, even when they won the cup, I don't think they've ever made it to like past the third round. Because back then it was only 2 or 3 rounds was the fun.
Fucking Wayne Gretzky. It was either 92 or 93. There was a call or something that fucked it all up. And
Gilmore.
The Leafs were beating the Habs all year, and that was the year the Habs won. And fucking the boys should have been there. Dougie Gilmore, all that crowd. I just read Doug Gilmore's book. He talks about it. Yeah, it's good. But that was their year to win, and ever since they haven't had a sniff.
I thought their year to win was 2017, 2018,
2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, last
2025, 2026.
Don't talk to me about pain, Zach. You have no idea.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, I got these beautiful hats that sit here, and they all say Western Conference champs, but none of them say fucking finals. None of them say finals champ. Stanley Cup champ. None of them do.
All that effort for the same result as the Leafs.
Well, I'll go order a Colorado hat for you if you want.
Fuck off.
It's 2022. That's close enough.
So yeah, boys, we're getting close to the end of her, but just one other thing I wanted to touch on before we go on, not hockey related, but the Blue Jays. I wanted to get into that, the World Series. So I was at the game, the Oilers game. The Oilers were playing the Blackhawks as Game 7 was happening, and they had the World Series game playing at the same time as the hockey game was happening. And not a soul was watching the hockey game. Everyone was watching the Jumbotron, watching the baseball game. And when things were happening in the baseball game, the whole fucking arena was going crazy. And you could see the players on the ice like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. And every like commercial break, when the red light would come on over on the other side of the rink, they would let it run for like an extra 2 minutes while we were watching the baseball game. It was
McDavid hated it.
He did. Yeah, I watched the interview after, but it was kind of a unique game to go to. I've been to many NHL games, but that was the more unique one I've been to with that going on. It was
I sat here and cried.
Yeah, and it was when they lost, the air. I've never heard Rogers place that quiet. They could just sucked everything out of the game, and it was just like watching a Pee Wee game. You could just hear everything on the ice. It was crazy.
And I went to a wedding, Game 6, and they put the game on. Two of the bride and groom, both diehard Jays fans, put the game on, and it like pretty well ended the dance, and everyone was glued to the game. and then they lost.
Yeah.
It's like a big, great memory. Hope they never watch this podcast, but it'd be a great memory. But yeah, no, it's disappointing that they lost. It really
that's going to live with them the rest of their life on their wedding night. The Blue Jays lost.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
But then they could have also been vice versa. They could have won the World Series, right? And that was like, I've seen a bunch of videos on that where there was actually a couple that they stayed at the Ramada or whatever the hotel is that's attached to Rogers, and they stayed there, and their wedding was there, and then they all went back to their room and watched the game from their windows and TV instead of having a dance or a party, and just went there to watch the game. And but like I don't know. I sat here. I lasted the whole 18 innings, the 6 hours and 39 minutes.
Crazy game.
It was one of the best games I ever seen. Didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but at the end of the day, it was still probably one of the best games that'll ever be played. And then Game 6 and Game 7. I think it's a Toronto curse. Is what I'll call it.
Raptors broke it.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's you sat there and you watched it, and I had it all typed out, ready to go. Blue Jays World Series champs. I had it typed out, ready to post, ready to go for like 2 innings. I was just getting ready to click. I was getting ready to click
jinxed it. Between you and Vladdy wearing that Austin Matthews jersey,
they won that game.
They did.
Yeah, they did, but they won the battle, but they never won the war.
But no, that's the thing. Like, and
they never won Game 7.
And I don't know. Everyone watched the brawl that occurred during that game,
and you seen Hoffman, man.
And you seen Hoffman telling the guys, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck," all this stuff, right? And then he's the one that he pitches on, and then gets the game-winning home run. And I felt bad for him because he even said in his interview, I costed everyone in this room a World Series ring.
They were that close, man. They were that close. They missed that tag at home plate by that much.
Ernie hit that blast, man, and it got caught at the track in the bottom of the ninth.
Was that Muncie?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because it was whoever the hitter was, he faked the bunt and then he clocked one. And Buddy with the glass, I think his name was Muncie, just out of nowhere,
Max
he was
Muncie.
so quick. He was so quick with it. He was almost he was ready for the double play. Like, he was on it. Like, all
he was shocked he caught the fucking ball.
Yeah. And like, all it takes is that to go right by him and we're good.
The game's over.
Yeah. And then Kirk with the broken bat on the last play of the game.
I feel bad for him as well because he had a hell of a fucking.
Oh man, I was never into baseball until we joined those baseball pools, and then this year really ignited me into baseball, especially with the playoffs. I'm a bandwagon fan, but that was a hell of a series, and I fell in love with Alejandro Kirk. He was phenomenal, little short, little fat man, just fucking ripping catcher. Yeah, he was great.
I also seen Ohtani speak pretty solid fucking English in his interview.
Did you ever see You ever see the clip with Shaq of talking about Yao Ming? So Shaq played with Yao Ming his whole career, whatever. He's like, I never knew he could speak English. And then he always pretended like he needed a translator. And then later on, when they're both retired, they go to this charity event. And then as soon as he sees Shaq, or as soon as Yao sees Shaq, he's like, "Hey, my brother, how you doing?" He's like, "This motherfucker never spoke to me for 20 years playing basketball, or however long it was," and then speaks a full fluent conversation with him. Yeah. So I think there's a similar kind of thing with Shohei. It's just for, and I read an interesting thing on it is if he spoke full English, it would take away a lot of the Japanese fans' respect for that type of thing. So he does this to keep the Japanese interested because they're a massive baseball market, and he's their guy. He's not the Americans guy. He keeps those guys going. So he always speaks Japanese to keep those guys interested. And
did you ever see the Japanese broadcasts when what the Japanese broadcasts of the Dodgers games? They don't go to commercial break. So when MLB goes to commercial break, the Japanese broadcast just goes to Ohtani, and it just watches Ohtani like chewing seeds in the dugout 100%. Or like whatever he's 1,000%. Doing, like filling the boys' water bottles for him. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that that Coach Chippy skit there, when about Ohtani betting on one of the games, and
Yeah.
he didn't have like a single. I think he went like 0 for 4 or 1 for 4, something like that. Like no hits, no home runs, no nothing. And then it was like, well, how much did we win? How much did we win? And it was like, and then the MLB's on the phone with him. So did you get? How much did you win?
You
How
doing
much
any
did you
gambling,
gamble on the
Joey?
game?
Yeah, I did see that one. That Coach Chippy guy, he's great. He's fucking fantastic. We have to get him on the podcast one of these days.
Man,
I met him at the All-Star game when I went to Toronto for the All-Star game.
Oh yeah. That would have been a great trip for you to hand out some fucking 5 for Fighting business cards. That would have been deadly.
Well, we didn't fucking start this.
You met some of the TSN guys and shit.
You're
I did.
8 months too late, Zach.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll get there. We'll get there, boys.
We'll get there. Yeah, boys.
That's what I'm
That's
doing.
always another All-Star
The
game.
invite to the All-Star game.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I keep
what
telling
I'm
my
looking
wife.
for. Yeah.
I keep telling her, I said, one of these days we're gonna get an email saying, hey, we want 5 for Fighting to do this at the All-Star game or in the Stanley Cup when they do their parade and all that. We'll be there. We'll get there.
We'll chat more at once, but that's my time for the night, boys. I got to go get the youngsters sorted out, get them ready for bed. Any last comments before we call it a night?
No,
It's been good. That's it.
That was
Fun,
a blast.
boys.
It was a great episode. 100%.
We'll catch you
All
next
right,
time.
everybody.
We'll get
Thanks
Devin
for
on more
watching.
often.
5 for Fighting. Yeah, for sure. You were saying we got Cuff coming on next week, eh?
Yeah. Cuffs up on. He's already targeting Billard. So
Perfect. Fantastic.
Man, I haven't checked. I need a big night out of Casey DeSmith to pull off the win. I talked a bit of smack with him last night, and I woke up and I'm down.
Well,
so I kind of knew it was going to happen, but I love to talk smack, so I don't always have.
I didn't pull my Ottawa goalie, so hopefully Ottawa can pull it a win and not blow it, and I lose to your guys' old man.
Yeah, you're down 8-4, Billard. So yeah, he's gonna have fun.
8-4 now. I
one.
love that for me.
Yeah.
I need you to lose because you're holding the playoff spot.
Yeah, you're not.
He'll sneak in there like
I
did
won't be
last
after
year.
tonight.
I don't see Zach slipping too much longer. McKinnon's starting to play well now, and McDavid's.
Yeah,
I don't have
too,
McKinnon.
so.
I
You
trade
just
some
traded him.
Morant.
Yeah,
I trade
that's
some
right.
Morant.
You what?
We never.
Especially after I trade some Morant.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna click accept on the podcast here, so we got breaking news for the internet. But we're trying to make a deal here for Rantanen.
Make it happen.
But we'll see. He wants the guy I traded fucking McKinnon for.
Miller
we'll see.
or Kempe.
Wait and see when he accepts it. It's Miller. It's Miller.
Well, all I'm gonna say is make sure you get some picks with this one this time.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming.
Yeah.
All right, boys and folks watching wherever you are, thanks for stopping by. We do this bi-weekly, so this episode will be out, what's today? November 9th, and 2 weeks from now, we'll have another one out. Check it out. Good stuff. Cheers, everybody.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Later.
See you guys.